Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to look at something pretty cool, pretty special. It's the Marx Mystery Spaceship. Let's take a look at the box here first. This was produced in 1961 and 1962. I've seen two different styles of boxes, and one of them has got more color and more graphics than the one that I have. So I don't know for sure, but I think maybe this is 1961, and the one that has the better or more elaborate graphics is 1962. So Marx Mystery Spaceship, 1961, 1962. Somewhere on here it says, as seen on television, but I couldn't find a commercial for this toy. It defies gravity. It's by Marx. It has a gyroscope inside of it. Gyro powered. Here's the contents. Complete with launching platform, gimbal ring, spacemen, astronauts, space cars, rockets, book stationery, and space platforms by the Sperry Gyroscope Company. We have everything here. If it came with a direction sheet, we don't have that. We don't have the directions. There's a little bit of a loss right here. There's a little bit of the paper scratched off right there, and on this side, see, it's clean. So if there is directions, we're missing it. Let's start with that booklet on space platforms and get that out of the way. The space platform, today's magic carpet, prepared for the Marx Mystery Spaceship by Sperry Gyroscope Company, Great Neck, New York. All right, so I didn't see a commercial for this, and I didn't, there's no instruction sheet. So when I saw this, when I bought this a long time ago, I noticed that right there. And so I said, aha. So you can take the rocket launcher, and not only can you plug it into the base, do you see how I just had it plugged into the base down there? But it'll plug into this little hole. We'll get to all this down here. But then also on the top of the ship, it'll plug right here. See? So I saw that and I said, huh, okay, it'll do that. So we have this little genie guy here, and he's got a space helmet on, and he's blasting off on his magic carpet from a rocket platform. That's it. And then here's a gyroscope. Sperry Gyroscope Company. So this is the same company that would make a number of toys that I don't know if they already existed or if they would come later. But during my childhood, there was this thing that you would squeeze. That was made by Sperry. What was it called? Was it just the gyro? I don't know. There were a couple different Sperry toys. I don't know what they are, though. I can't think of them. Anyway, this gives us the whole... It's a little bit beat up, right? It gives us the history of gyroscopes. It's like a physics lesson. Look, it's quite elaborate. Wow. It makes you wonder how many kids read this, that got this toy. Also, let's talk about that. And oh, that's a cool illustration. There's great illustrations in here. So it's showing that it even works underwater, which was a question that I had. I was thinking that I would probably want to, if I was a kid, I might want to try and take this in the pool. Let's see if it would spin on the bottom of the pool. Provenance. So how does a toy like this happen, right? This is like a 65-year-old toy that we're looking at that's complete in its original box. And these little figures we're going to get to in a second are pretty rare, and it's difficult to find the whole set complete like this. And all the parts, we're going to get to that too. This is a special toy, right? That's how we ended up with it. Very few toy collectors existed back in 1962 or 1961, but there were a lot of kids that played with a lot of toys. and this would be a special toy that maybe it was gifted to some kid who who's 12 or 13, and he barely plays with it. You know, he has it out on display just like I do with on the gimbal, and like on his dresser in his room, and it just sits there until he's about 14 or 15 when he starts playing sports and forgets about toys, and his mom boxes it back up because it was a gift from Aunt Clarice, or it was a gift from Grandma and Grandpa. So his mom, he barely played with it because he was 12 or 13 when he got it, and all the pieces are inside the box. He just had this out on the desk, on his desk. She puts it all together, puts it all away, and puts it up in his closet, and then it stays there forever until she passes away, or until his parents pass away, and then his kids, the grandchildren of the grandparents, go through the house and find this stuff and sell it to me on eBay. That's the provenance behind this. All right, there's multiple pieces. Let's take it all apart so you can see how this works and what you get when you open up the box. Everything comes apart. So let's start with these blue pieces. It's kind of an aqua, and it has a real distinct quality to it. Like you couldn't, it would be difficult to reproduce this. It feels like 1960. I can't smell it from this distance, but it probably smells like 1960 as well. This is the gimbal piece. This is for doing some tricks that we're going to get to in a couple minutes, if we can get it to work. This is also a part of doing some tricks with this. This plugs into here, and we can either balance the mystery spaceship on top of here, or we can put the mystery spaceship inside of the gimbal like this. The mystery spaceship itself is, I thought it was larger until I got it in hand. It's not as big as it looks for some reason in the photographs, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never seen it. It's weird. I mean, I just, the impression in my mind was that it's larger because of the figures, but we'll get to the figures in a second. So it's about maybe 8 inches in diameter. It's made of this yellow hard plastic that is also really has a strange old feeling to it. It's riveted together. It's heavy because it has a gyro inside of it. On the bottom is got the spot where we're supposed to wind it up, and it tells you to, hold on, I gotta take my glasses off. Start crank slowly in this direction, increase rate of turn gradually to top speed. So we turn this way, and it's going to spin. That's telling us that it's going to spin the opposite direction. This is just kind of, I don't know. I tried to wash this a little bit, not get it wet, but this is just how it came to me. And I still stand by my idea about the provenance of this toy. I don't think that this was played with very much at all. Okay, so these slide off. These slide to the side right here. Wow, there. There. And these little guys come out. These are one is an astronaut, presumably because of the colors, and one is an alien. This guy's loose and he comes right out. These are almost always gone. Right? Like almost every time you find this toy, this piece of the toy, the mystery spaceship itself, will not have the astronauts inside of it. All right. It's difficult to find because these little guys are about 30 millimeters, which is about 1.5 inches tall. It comes with 20. It comes with 10 spacemen and 10 astronauts. The spacemen, you would think they would mold them in green since they're supposed to be aliens, but it's the opposite. Let's move in. So the first two that are counted are the 2 seated passengers of the mystery spaceship. Then you have these 9 astronauts that are difficult to find. They're very interesting. So you have, let's get even further down, if we can. So you have a total of 6 different sculpts. 3 of them have been repeated. You have this guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's looks like he's just dressed in plain clothes, right? He even almost looks like Frankenstein a little bit. On the bottom, you have the telltale marks, little mold marks from where they let the air out of the mold. Look at this. This is looks like a early, looks like John Glenn or something, right? And I'm pretty rock solid on this being 1961. And if it's not 61, then it's 62. This is cool. Here we've got some motion, you know, where they're using the base to add a little action to the figure. He's doing a moonwalk. He's outside of the ship, right? I don't know who belongs to the mystery spaceship. Like, I don't know if this is a joint operation. It seems like it because there's an alien on it. The spaceman, they don't call them aliens, they call them spacemen. There's a spaceman and an astronaut piloting the mystery spaceship. And then we have 9 humans, and then we'll get to the spacemen next. They're definitely not human. We'll see them in a second. This is great. We only get 1 of these. It's similar to the other mold, but it's different. He's up on 1 leg, and he's kind of like, whoa. A little bit different. Really cool, huh? Now these are small, like I said, so that's where the illusion comes in, where you might think that the mystery spaceship is larger than it is, because these figures are only 1.5 inches tall, or maybe even 1.25 inches tall. And here's the last one. He's doing some sort of repair. Like you could put him on, standing on the, he could be on the outside of the ship. Speaking on the outside of the ship, here's this rocket launcher. It's pretty darn cool. It comes with 2 rockets. It will either stick to, it'll plug into that hole on the base, like I showed you, or it will plug in to a hole up here, and there's also one underneath. Now, let me show you the mechanism. It's pretty ingenious. So look at this. And this is original. Look at the spring. This is why I stand by my idea that a kid really barely played with this. Like this was gifted to a kid that was barely a kid anymore. He was not into this. So, I mean, you want to launch it? I guess you just go like this. Let's see. Yeah, it just goes. There's no other launching thing except you just go like this. Whoa. So it went way up in the air and across the other side of the room. We'll just have to find it later. But it worked really well. So just go like that. See that? Pretty ingenious little design. All right. Both groupings of spacemen and astronauts, I guess. What are they? Is that what they call them? Anyway, they come with what's called a space car. They each have one in their color. There's no wheels or anything on the bottom. There's a lot of riveting, and they look really cool. And these also can do something. I didn't see this anywhere. I just kind of figured it out myself. They fit like right here. Like, I mean, really well. Like, see if I can. Oops. It's hard because I'm trying to do it one-handed. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, look. So they'll fit like that. One on the top, one on the bottom, and it'll add some color while it's spinning around. Let's look at the little orange man. All right, so these are the aliens that you get in the set. There's our wind-up thing. Same deal. 6 total sculpts. 2 of them are doubled, and they are these weird looking. Look at this guy. Look at that elongated face he has. These are really hard to find complete like that. Wow, look at the detailing on his little shorts. They're hard to find because they're so small, and because this was a toy that was played with by kids, right? So these things got lost. The detail on the back of his suit. So this is the next one. What is up with him? Is that a helmet? Yeah, it's a helmet of some sort. It's strange looking. Cool. He looks like he's swimming, and the helmet looks like a fish mouth or something. So he looks like he has a ray gun. He does. He's got a gun. Also, the same type of uniform. There's holsters or something on his, a couple holstered weapons. He has some bug eyes. Very little. I mean, these are tiny little pieces. About 1.25 inches tall. All right. Here's another. Here's them doing a bit of action or movement for us with this figure. He has like webbed hands and a bat face or something. Same sort of uniform. Here's another different one, different sculpt, more detailed face. Look at the detail. He's got this spindly, skinny alien body with a gun, and then this large head. And an expression. Look at how tiny that is, and the ear detail. Marx Toys was really good at this. Let me point that out. Is that Marx art and design department was bar none the top toy company of its day. It really was great. Look at this. So this is the first and the only alien we get that has multi limbs. This guy's got something happening. He looks friendly, and he has 6. He's got 4 arms and 2 legs, and I don't think he's wearing one of their uniforms. What is that weird triangular donut on his back? Yeah, this guy could be friendly, but they could look at his face. They could all be. He looks kind of like Elmer Fudd a little bit. They could all be friendly. I'm not sure what's happening here on the mystery spaceship, but we're going to get to that right now because we're going to crank it up and make it work if we can. Let's see, right about there. All right. So we'll start with it on the gimbal. Let's just do that. We'll kind of put it like this. Let's move these figures out of the way. So we saw the figures. They're kind of neat. They are very neat. So it takes you got to wind this slowly. We're going in the direction. See, look, bring it over here. See where it says warning. Go in this direction. It's supposed to go slow. We're going to go slow. It takes a little bit for this thing to warm up. The first time I've noticed that it takes a bit for it to engage. But then once it engages the first time, it should go quicker after that when we do it again. And I'm not even really going as slow, I think, as I'm supposed to go. There it goes. But when I try and do it slower, it takes even longer. All right. Okay, so when it's on the gimbal, you can do these tricks by just moving the gimbal a little bit. See what I'm doing? All right. So, off the gimbal. There's a slit right here. As I mentioned, it doesn't come with any directions, so it made me wonder if you can put this on a wire, like if it will do the gyroscope thing on a really taut piece of fishing line. I don't know. It seems far-fetched, doesn't it? So it'll also spin on the table. It will also spin on that. Let's try those different things. This is pretty rare. I did look it up, and they're out there. So they're out there, but they're not plentiful. So, isn't that cool? Now, this is like 65 years old, and I imagine when the toy was new and the gyroscope inside was new, that it probably performed better than this, but it still performs pretty good for 65 years old, which is another reason why I think that my Provenance story idea is probably pretty accurate, and not very many people played with this. Look. Watch. Oh, you missed it, but watch. I mean, that's pretty darn cool. That's how you can let it run out. Run out. It's the gyro, is you can just leave it on the table and look. So I haven't tried much in the way of tricks with this. I haven't found anybody else that's done, you know what I mean? I haven't found the directions or a commercial showing like it can do this, it could do that. Like I picture that this is maybe like a fishing line that you would tie from one spot to another at an incline at an angle, and it would float down, and it would go down on it. I don't know if it would work that way because it spins around. So why is that there? I don't know. It wouldn't work, right? What am I thinking? On a wire? No. It spins around. There it goes. So let's see if we can get this to spin with the rocket on top on the table, and we'll see how it looks. Well, that's the rocket car. See what I was saying? See how it engaged much quicker once we got it going the first time? This is kind of heavy. It's a little awkward. It kind of starts spinning in your hand. Like for a little kid, this might not be all that easy to handle. Pretty cool, huh? Hey, thanks for hanging out and checking out the Marx Mystery Spaceship from 1961. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more stuff. Talk to you next time. Don't knock over the box. Gyro technology. It defies gravity, people. Look at it. Thanks for watching.